I used to think Sarah and I had the perfect marriage. We were high school sweethearts, the couple everyone looked up to. We had a beautiful home, 2 amazing kids, and a life we built together over 15 years. But perfection, I learned, is often just a carefully constructed illusion. And one Tuesday afternoon, that illusion shattered into a million pieces.
What?
It all started with a forgotten phone. Sarah had rushed off to a yoga retreat for the weekend, but her phone was still on the nightstand, buzzing with a notification. My first instinct was to ignore it. Trust was the foundation of our relationship, or so I thought. But a nagging feeling, a tiny splinter of doubt that had been growing for months, made me pick it up. The message wasn't from a yoga studio. It was from a man named Mark, and the words on the screen made my blood run cold. It was a picture of them together, from the night before, with a caption that left nothing to the imagination. My world tilted. The air in the room felt thick, unbreathable. I scrolled up. The yoga retreats, the late nights at the office, the sudden business trips, it all clicked into place. It wasn't just a fling. This had been going on for years. The man, Mark, was someone I knew, a supposed friend. The betrayal was a physical blow, knocking the wind out of me. I sank to the floor, the phone clutched in my hand, my heart a leaden weight in my chest. Hot and blinding came first. I wanted to smash things, to scream, to call her and confront her. But then, a chilling calm washed over me. A confrontation would give her a chance to spin a story, to play the victim. No, she didn't deserve an easy way out. She had systematically dismantled our life together in the shadows. I decided I would do the same to hers, but in the light. My first step was to become an observer in my own life. I acted as if nothing had changed. I was the loving husband, the doting father. I smiled, I laughed, I went through the motions. But behind my eyes, I was a detective, gathering evidence. I started by securing our finances. Over the years, we had built a small portfolio of investments together. I met with a financial advisor, a new one, not the one Sarah's friend Mark had recommended. I explained my situation discreetly. We began the slow, meticulous process of moving my personal assets, my inheritance, and my premarital savings into a new, separate trust. I created a legal fortress around everything that was rightfully mine, ensuring she wouldn't be able to touch a penny of it when the time came. Every transaction was documented, every legal loophole sealed. Next, I turned my attention to our social circle. Sarah thrived on being the center of attention, the perfect wife and mother. Her reputation was everything to her. I started planting seeds of doubt subtly. To one friend, I'd mentioned how stressed Sarah seemed, how distant she'd become. To another, I'd casually bring up how much money she'd have been spending on her retreats. I wasn't making accusations, was just voicing my concern as a worried husband. People started watching her more closely. They started noticing the little inconsistencies, the stories that didn't quite add up. Her carefully crafted image began to crack, ever so slightly. The most crucial piece of my plan involved Mark. I learned he was up for a major promotion at his firm, a partnership he had been working towards his entire career. He had a reputation for being a family man, a pillar of the community. I hired a private investigator, not to spy on Sarah, but to dig into Mark's professional life. It turned out his squeaky clean image was just as fake as Sarah's. The investigator uncovered a history of shady deals, of cutting ethical corners, and of using company resources for personal gain, including lavish trips with my wife. I now had a folder full of irrefutable evidence, not just of the affair, but of professional misconduct that could ruin his career. The day I chose to execute the final phase of my plan was our 16th wedding anniversary. Sarah had planned a huge party. She invited all our friends and family, ready to put on a show of our enduring love. It was the perfect stage. She was glowing, accepting compliments, completely oblivious to the storm that was about to break. As everyone gathered for a toast, I stood up, microphone in hand. I started by talking about our 15 years together, about love, trust, and commitment. Sarah beamed, thinking it was a heartfelt tribute. Then my tone shifted. I looked directly at her and said, "But trust, I've learned, can be a fragile thing." I projected the picture from Mark's phone onto the large screen behind me. A collective gasp filled the room. The picture of her and Mark, smiling, intimate, was there for everyone to see. Sarah's face went white. Before she could say a word, I continued. I calmly laid out the entire affair, the years of lies, the stolen weekends, the secret trips. I didn't raise my voice. I spoke with a chilling clarity, presenting the facts, one after another. Then I turned my attention to Mark, who was standing there, frozen in shock. I mentioned my concerns about his professional integrity and let him know that a detailed report, complete with evidence of his affair and financial misconduct, had been anonymously sent to the board of directors at his firm that very morning. His career was over. The life he had built was about to crumble. The room was silent. Sarah's friends, the ones who had adored her, looked at her with a mixture of pity and disgust. Her family couldn't even meet her eyes. In one evening, I had stripped her of everything she held dear, her reputation, her social standing, and her lover. The next day, she was served with divorce papers. Thanks to my financial preparations, the settlement was swift and brutal. She was left with only what she was legally entitled to, which, after her years of deception and the prenuptial agreement I had wisely insisted on, was very little. She lost the house, her status, and the respect of everyone she knew. I got full custody of the kids. The evidence of her neglect and long-term affair made that an easy decision for the court. Some might call what I did cruel. They might say I should have just walked away. But she didn't just break my heart. She tried to steal my life, my children's future, and my dignity. I didn't just want a divorce. I wanted justice. I wanted her to feel a fraction of the pain she had inflicted on me. I took everything from her, not with anger and shouting, but with cold, calculated precision. I rebuilt my life from the ashes of our marriage, stronger and wiser, and Sarah. She was left with nothing but the truth of who she really was, exposed for all the world to see. That, to me, was the perfect revenge. Thanks for watching. If you've ever been through something similar, remember that your story isn't over. Taking care of yourself is the most important step. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more.